Hey guys, now we're on to the Zephyr, the really nice kite, green and black, great colourway. Very similar to the Edge that we just spoke about. A couple of little slight differences that are going to make this kite perform better in light winds, which we'll go over very soon. The big thing that we probably want to mention is it's only designed for one size, which is the 17. So it's not a light wind kite that has 3 or 4 different sizes it's efficient. It's designed exactly for what it's supposed to do, which is light wind riding. And the same thing, if you've understood the whole range of kites that Ozone has, it's very specific for its goal and its choice. So we'll let Steve go through the rest of the characteristics of the Zephyr.
Okay, yeah, I've been a big fan of the Zephyr since it first came out, because as you get older, your knees and ankles get a bit sort of worn, and you like to kite in smoother water and lighter winds. And it would just opened up, another, I'd say 30 or 40 days of kiting for me and for most people that discovered it. It just adds to your, total kite hours at the end of the day. And for me, any time on the water is good time. So the Zephyr, very, very popular kite in our range. We sell a large number of these around the world and in Australia. And as the word spreads and people get to try it, they go, yeah, I want one of those, because they know straight away from flying it that it's going to get them on the water more. And combined with a bigger board, this kite, seriously for me at 80 kilos, I can get going, staying upwind, having fun from 8 or 9 knots through to up around 18 to 19 knots. That's its wind range for me, which is massive for such a big kite. So if the wind picks up when you're out there, not a problem with the Zephyr. You just keep going, and it turns and boosts nicely. It shares a lot of its DNA with the kite next to it here, the Edge, but you can see it's just a little bit less swept. Significantly different in some ways. The tip strut's more sort of angled. The bridle itself connects to the center, whereas this one doesn't. That allows the kite to turn a little bit better for 17. It's particularly suited to anyone that's a bigger person, taller, bigger, heavier. I've got friends that are in the 100 to 110 kilo range, and they can ride this kite through to 25 to 30 knots. And I have a friend in Sydney who it's his only kite, and he's in that sort of weight range. And basically it's his 15 to 30 knot wind range kite. And you wouldn't think that from a 17 meter. It's in its version 4 incarnation. Due for review in the next 6 to 8 months, so there'll be a new one coming out, V5, but they're highly sought after. The one kite I see traded quicker than anything else is the Zephyr. Someone might sort of, have a 2013 and go, look, I want to get a later one, and they'll get a 2015, or V4. But as soon as they put the older 2013 kite on the Sea Breeze or wherever, it's gone. They're just a great kite to have in your quiver and increase your kiting time. Same materials all throughout. Yeah, I just can't rave enough about this kite. And if you're a big guy, you've got to have one, as your main go-to kite for those sort of. If you're big, it's probably really 15 to 25 knots this will be the main kite you use.
I think especially being a little bit more specific for the local riders in Mackay, if you like, a lot of the guys will have a range of kites, and we all have big kites, we all have 17s, so, and you'll find that if you don't have a 17, you're just not going to be riding as much, because throughout our quieter periods you can still get out and ride, but you need something a bit bigger. So, and being a 95 plus kilo guy, and I'm always on a little bit bigger a kite than a lot of others. I'm riding 13s and 17s quite often, so it definitely increases your hours in the water, and which at the end of the day is what you want. Like Steve said, any session out on the water is a good session basically. So and the Zephyr will get you out and riding in next to nothing, and you'll have a great time. So we all can't be everyone has their own DNA, and all the smaller guys can get out and next to nothing on small kites, and that's fine. But this is a perfect option for if you're a little bit heavier or you want to get out next to nothing, which is a great option to have, especially in Mackay. So that's basically the full range of ozone kites we have here today. We're going to be, hopefully the wind's going to come in later on today or over the weekend, and we get to actually go out and test them. Another beautiful day here in Mackay, and who'd have think it's autumn, is actually still quite hot here. So thanks Steve for running us through the ozone range we have here in Mackay, and can't wait to get out and test some of these kites and really put them to the test. So thanks again.